newsmakers.
Citi News.
It's midday. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the Citi Prime News live from our studios at number 11. Dr. Martin Loop in Accra. This news is live across the globe on citinewsroom.com, Citi 97.3 FM on Facebook, and CityTube on YouTube. My name is Caleb Kuda.
And my name is Adjoatin Krama Domina.
Coming up, more than 200,000 delegates gear up to elect a flag bearer for the New Patriotic Party tomorrow. Because some New Patriotic Party NPP members members of parliament say the undertaking signed by flag bearer aspirants in the upcoming election not to resign despite the results is in order. Also coming up, independent presidential aspirant Alan Trematin cautions opposition NDC against feeling entitled about winning next year's general elections as his movement of change is set to make history. And still ahead, majority in parliament assures of efforts to release civilians arrested over alleged attacks on some national security operatives in Garu in the Upper East region.
Although the court had remanded them into lawful custody, I would want to inform the House that steps have been taken to ensure that these gentlemen are released and taken back to Garu.
And later, Customs Staff Association of the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority donates 225,000 Ghana cedis towards Citi FM, Citi TV's relief campaign efforts for victims of lower water following the spillage of the Akosombo Dam. Stay tuned as we bring you details of all that and more on Citi Prime News, which is live on all affiliate stations across the country. In the Western region, this is Premier 100.5 FM, Beach 105.5 FM, both in Takoradi. In the Bunu region, this is Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyani. In the Ashanti region, we are live on Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi. In the Volta region, this is Akpini Radio 96.7 megahertz in Pando, and Heritage 107.3 FM Hohoi. In the Northern region, this is Dasuma 99.1 FM in Yendi. In the Upper East region, this is Word 88.3 FM Zuarungu. In the Upper West region, this is Westlink 88.1 FM in Lora. And in the Northeast region, this is Eagle 94.1 FM in Wale Wale.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Thank you for staying with us. Let's settle for the details of our stories now. And the New Patriotic Party is confident that the 4 flag bearer aspirants would abide by the undertaking which bars them from leaving the party should any of them lose on the November 4, which is tomorrow. Now, the aspirants committed to this after a meeting with the National Council of Elders of the party yesterday. Speaking to Citi News, Director of Elections of the NPP, Evans Nimako, said the party would remain united after Saturday's polls.
The New Patriotic Party is able to bring together our candidates who have been crisscrossing the party rank and file across the country to have a time of their own, voluntarily agree to the path and says that whatever the outcome, not my interest, but that of the New Patriotic Party. I think it is more commendable than to say that it is not binding, it's not legal, and you can't do anything about it. They respect the New Patriotic Party. They want to be part of the winning history, and I can assure you that from the polling stations in all the 38,622 across the electoral areas, across constituency, across the region, the New Patriotic Party will come out successfully after 30 days exercise, put together the force to win elections 2024.
Evans Nimako is the Director of Elections of the New Patriotic Party. Now, the camps of flag bearer hopefuls Dr. Mahmoud Baumia and Kennedy Japan have engaged in an exchange of words of alleged inducement of delegates by Dr. Baumia, while Kennedy Japan insists that some delegates like constituency executives and MPs have been given 100,000 Ghana cedis. Dr. Bawumia claims these allegations are in reaction to the fear of defeat. With barely 24 hours to November 4 polls, the following report puts a spotlight on the campaign strategies of the 4 finalists.
The 4 candidates, in accordance with their appearance on the ballot paper for November 4, are Kennedy Ohinie-Agyapong, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, Dr. Usuefri Akoto, and Francis Adainimo. The 4 are seeking the mandate from over 200,000 delegates after some 900 delegates whittled down the number of candidates on August 26. The November 4 polls appears to be a 2-horse race between Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia and Kennedy Ohinie-Agyapong. This has been evident in the intensity of the campaigns between the two and the messaging from camps of both sides. All 4 candidates, however, as part of their campaign strategies, have taken trips across the country. Kennedy Ohinie-Agyapong's campaign, for instance, tells Citi News that the Asin Central Member of Parliament has so far visited all 275 constituencies in the country.
We've been very busy. We just completed the 3 northern regions which were outstanding. So far we've gone through almost, let me say, every constituency in the country.
Equally has the Vice President's team visited most constituencies, with Dr. Bawumia currently in the northern region. Dr. Usuefri Akoto's team has also resumed its campaign after suspending same following the demise of the wife of former President Kufuor.
The Honorable Dr. Usuefri Akoto campaign is ongoing in earnest. And actually, as I speak to you now, I'm in Sunyani now. And we've covered the Ahafo and Bono areas. We have been engaging at the polling station level and the electoral area level, because that is what Dr. Usuefri's campaign is all about.
Observed from afar, the Vice President's team appears to have captured the top echelon of the party to its side. This is evident in how constituency executives always endorse his candidature when he makes a stop in their constituencies.
Brekum East is no-go area for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Nyameya Dum, November 4th, Yakoko Tuabana, I can assure you of not less than 80% of the votes.
Kennedy Ohinie-Agyapong, who claims to have the support of the grassroots delegates, including polling station and electoral executives, has accused the Vice President's team of inducing the constituency executives and MPs with monies and goodies.
In Ashanti region, one of the chairmen, he got Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. Some got as high as 150,000. In Central region, some chairman got Toyota Nissan Navara, brand new, and it cost 40,000. When you convert it, it's 440,000 Ghana cedis. And now, you are going to vote with all these people, and they will come and give you 2,000 cedis.
The Vice President on his campaign trips has, however, attempted to debunk these claims, explaining that it is only a tactic deployed by his detractors after sensing an impending defeat.
The way the results of the superdelegates came, many of our opponents are confused, and they are seeing looming defeat on November 4th. And because of that, they've decided to adopt some new tactics. The new tactics is what? If you miss the ball, don't miss the man. That is the new tactics that they are adopting. And so, what is the tactic? They have decided to spread lies and to bring disunity amongst us and to create problems between chairmen and constituency executives with polling station executives and electoral area coordinators. They want to knock our heads together. So they have come with different lies. I'm hearing a lie every day as I am sitting down and watching what they are saying. They say I've given all constituency chairmen, 275 constituency chairmen, 100,000 Ghana cedis and a pickup. Have you seen any pickup here for your chairman?
But the campaign team of Mr. Kennedy Ohene Japan, who appear disappointed at the actions of some MPs and ministers, says it will campaign against some of these MPs to lose their seats.
If we get a chance to win most of these MPs, and will be cleaned up.
Cleaned up?
And we will we will campaign against them.
All those who didn't support you?
Of course, Papa Nyeri, Abone Nyeri.
For Dr. Usuofi Akoto's team, they have not been interested in inducing delegates as they are campaigning as though it is the national election where it is impossible to induce all Ghanaian voters.
Team presents. Dr. Usuofi Akoto is an embodiment of humility, loyalty, long suffrage, and commitment to our party and our tradition. You see, and so we don't need at all to do vote buying.
The candidates have been explaining to delegates why they are the best to lead the new patriotic party into the 2024 elections. Kennedy Ohene Japan continues to trumpet his capacity to deliver jobs for Ghanaians.
You can be a good farmer, you can be a good businessman. Why don't you ask him the same place what you can do and only ask for certificate? If you vote for me, no certificate, MP.
Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, on the other hand, says he has the ability to win more votes in the NDC strongholds, which will be key in delivering victory for the NPP in 2024.
Western region, Bawumia. Eastern region, Bawumia. Western North, Bawumia.
Ushe North, na Ushe Zongwa, two strongholds. Dr. Bawumia Bejina, a better form. And top from so NDC to me we need election. Voter region, because Jina voter region, making more votes. I'm a MPP. Why a voter region?
Dr. Usuofi Akoto's team, however, says his role as Minister of Agriculture will do the trick for him.
This particular election involves over 200,000 people. 190,000 of them are the polling stations. And when you go to the rural areas, and so on and so forth, you realize that majority of them are agro-related, either they are farming or they are in the value chain. And many farmers happen to be a lot or the bigger scope or collection of the delegates. And therefore, it comes to reason that his message about using agriculture as the backbone of the economy to take Ghana out of the economic quagmire is well accepted.
Francis Adainimo says he is the right person to break the 8 as he has not been in government for the past 7 years and will come as a refreshing personality for the Break the 8 agenda.
I'm advocating for a new face. A face that is not in government because of the historical fact that we have in this country. And that historical fact is that after 8 years of any party in government, if that party picks somebody who has been associated with the government or being part of the outgoing government as the next presidential candidate, that party does not win.
Beyond these stores and statements, the Kennedy Ohene Japan has in the course of this race deployed branded buses. Chairman of the campaign team says even though they are no longer deploying them, it was for brand visibility purposes.
I think that one is just a campaign. It's one of showdowns. So we're able to get these buses for people to know that we're also around. You see some candidates who go around and post your pictures on the walls and the rest. And for us, the buses were there to get the masses. His face will now be known.
The political history of Dr. Bawumia arguably cannot be told without the essential involvement of his wife, Samira Bawumia. She was pivotal in the 2016 election that got the NPP into power with a record 1 million vote margin. In the lead up to the November 4 polls, the Second Lady has taken separate tours to some regions to drum home the message of Dr. Bawumia.
a leader for their time. You see that every generation has a leader for that generation. They solve the problems of that generation, of that period. And for us, this period, the leader for us is Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia.
City News' Hanson Najman filed that report read by Nana Tufo-Boateng.
We'll still stay on politics and with the New Patriotic Party because some members of parliament with the party have expressed support for the undertaking signed by the flag-bearer aspirants ahead of the upcoming election. The presidential aspirants of the NPP committed not to resign from the party if they face defeat in the election on Saturday. Some NPP MPs have been offering their perspectives on the electoral process.
They call it the rules of engagement. Now, if you believe that you want to come and deceive this great party and go into an election and then you've lost, and because of that, you want to break away to give a semblance that there's disunity in the party, then you are not a good candidate and a player. So I believe that if a man is well-meaning, he will sign on to the rules of the engagement. It doesn't hurt anybody. In fact, it asks your integrity. It doesn't subtract from your integrity.
But isn't it a matter of choice?
Well, in every system or organization, there are rules. It's not my will be done, but the rules should govern us. So every system which is rules-based is the best system. You think you can just go and do anything as you like anywhere in the world? No. So if you don't want to come under laws and rules, then you're a lawless man.
Well, it binds you as a candidate and as a serious member of the party. That you just cannot append your signature and say it's not valuable. Your signature is very valuable to the extent that you've been given the opportunity to go around every constituency to meet members of the party of which you belong to, of which you've come out finally to say that I respect the outcome of the conduct of the poll tomorrow. On my own behalf, I wish the contestants the very best. I ask that party members should go out and vote peacefully, devoid of any disrespect to anybody's choice of candidate.
You heard some New Patriotic Party members of parliament.
Now, over 13,000 delegates are set to participate in the upcoming NPP primaries across 21 voting centres within the 17 constituencies of the Western region. Oketechire Amankwa, Afrifa Western Regional New Patriotic Party Secretary, confirmed the preparedness of the party for the elections. He highlighted that in 4 constituencies, namely Jomara, Takwa and Swayam, Amenfi East and Prestia Huni Valley, each with more than 1,000 delegates, there will be 2 votes. Afrifa delegates voting exercise.
We have 17 constituencies, we have the 17 centers, and we have 4 constituencies that are more than 1,000 delegates. And they will have 2 polling centers, that is Jomoro, Takwan Sayim, Prestia Valley, and the Amenfi East constituencies. So in all, we have 21 polling centers in the region. And we also have 13,715 delegates, comprising of 13,010 polling station executives, 363 electoral area coordinators, 289 constituency officers, 17 regional executive officers, 9 members of parliament, 14 MMDCs, 2 National Council reps, and 1 founder. So in all, it's 13,715. These are the people who are going to vote on Saturday in the region. And this election is so simple. It is a matter of go cast your vote and go your way.
Western Regional New Patriotic Party Secretary Oketechire Amankwa Afrifa.
We move from politics now. The majority in Parliament has initiated steps to secure the release of civilians detained for their alleged involvement in the assaults on national security operatives in Garu in the Upper East region. Following attacks on residents by the military, 8 individuals were arrested. The retaliation by the military, according to the National Security Ministry, was in response to an earlier attack on the national security officers. Deputy Majority Leader Alexander Fenyomarkin disclosed in Parliament that while the suspects were remanded into custody, there are ongoing efforts to facilitate their release and subsequent return to Garu.
So, Speaker, we are again told that these gentlemen were in custody, and I was to follow up on this. Mr. Speaker, true to it, I followed up, and the Ministry of National Security assured me that everything will be done to ensure that the rights of those who were arrested were upheld. True to their word, they made me part of their engagement with them. And although the court had remanded them into lawful custody, I would want to inform the House that steps have been taken to ensure that these gentlemen are released and taken back to Garu. In fact, the regional minister and other stakeholders from the region were given access to these gentlemen, and I found them to be hearty and in good spirit. In fact, they did not complain of any molestation or any form of abuses of their rights whilst in lawful custody at the national security cells. So, Mr. Speaker, just by way of information, I just needed to the House to know this, and then later update the House again when they finally leave. I thank you so much, Mr. Speaker.
Very well.
You heard the Deputy Majority Leader, Alexander Fenyomarkin.
Let's take you to the Eastern region now, because the regional branch of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, has raised a petition to the Ministry of Trade and Industry concerning the persistent intrusion of foreign traders into the retail space in Koforidua. After this break, we'll tell you more.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Citi TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on channel 363. On GoTV, we're on channel 117, and on HD+, get us on channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search, but take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Citi TV. Citi TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box like the GoTV and HD+ boxes. Citi TV, it's your world.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. Now, the Eastern Regional Branch of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, has raised a petition to the Ministry of Trade and Industry concerning the persistent intrusion of foreign traders into the retail space in Koforidua, the regional capital. GUTA expressed the urgent need for its members to undertake the closure of shops owned by foreigners engaged in retail sales to prevent their businesses from deteriorating, particularly amid the current challenging economic conditions. Adorned in red and black attire, members engaged in an after-hour visit to the home of the Member of Parliament for New Drabbing South, also the Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry, to deliver the petition seeking immediate government intervention. Now, Darling Nanabuating, GUTA's Eastern Regional Representative, in an interview with Citi News, says GUTA members are ready to act as citizens to safeguard their businesses.
Foreigners are forbidden from being on our local markets. And so we are trying to help our state by getting rid of foreigners out of our local markets, especially the retail markets. And so that's the reason we've gathered here. We are not happy because our businesses are falling because of the activities of foreigners. And this time, we really want to get them out of the market. Because as citizens, that is what we want to act. We brought a petition to the MP to inform him that the conditions which we are undergoing is not good for us. Our businesses are falling because of the activities of foreigners. We don't mind them supplying or doing their retail business. But listen, it was from Parliament that an act was made such that we don't want foreigners to be on our retail trade. And so there's no reason for them to be on our markets. We want them to be out so that our locals can trade and do retail business. So we are informing our MP to be behind us, give us all the support so that we also get the unscrupulous people out of the market. We want to be citizens, and so we'll act. We ourselves will make sure we get rid of the persons who are breaking our laws out of the markets.
Darlin Nana Boateng speaks for Guta in the Eastern region. Also, the chairman of the Phone Dealers Association, Alhaji Kofi Ben, conveyed his trust in the Ministry of Trade and Industry to address their concerns.
In fact, we've been having difficulties these days about the foreigners. They've taken all over the market. Assuming somebody will give you a battery or a charger like 10 cedi, he will turn around and give the same battery or charger to his brother from Nigeria for 7 cedis. You can imagine the person who bought the thing 10 cedis, how much is he going to sell? You understand? Because he took the thing as a wholesale price for 10 cedi. He's now going to compete with the person who is selling it, who bought it for 7 cedis. You can imagine what kind of business we are going to take. So, respectfully, we brought this petition to our MP to help us solve this problem because our market is dying. We are having difficulties in the market. So, I'm standing on behalf of my people to plead with the Honorable MP to assist us.
Alhaji Kofi Ben is chairman of the Phone Dealers Association in the Eastern region. On his part, the Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry, who happens to be the New Drabbing South MP, Michael Otrebefi, who received the petition, assured the aggrieved traders that he will work to ensure an amicable solution for all.
I can assure you, in all confidence, that we'll do everything possible within our means to make sure that these sentiments that have been presented in the document are addressed. I can also assure you that I will make sure that my sector minister gets to know about this particular petition so that we'll do everything possible to address your issues. Kofudia is the only place we have, or region is the only place. And as young people working so hard to build the local economy, without your work, the local economy cannot grow. And we have to make sure that these young people are protected so that they'll be able to work hard to be able to develop the local economy for us. And for that reason, I can assure you confidently that I'll present this petition to my sector minister and we will brainstorm and deliberate on it and see what we can do to solve these issues. But assurance we have is that the issues definitely will be solved. I can assure you we will definitely address these issues to your advantage.
Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry and MP for New Drabbing South, Michael Otrebefi.
And from trade, we move to the education sector, and the National Association of Graduate Teachers, NAGRAT, has reiterated its firm commitment to demand for breaks for its members following the government's persistence in not reinstating the trimester system in the academic calendar. The calendar outlined by the Ghana Education Service indicates the commencement of academic activities for Form 2 and Form 3 students under the single-track system starts on November 1 and is scheduled to end by March 6. Furthermore, Form 2 students under the double-track system are expected to commence studies on March 8 until May 9. NAGRAT President Angel Carbon, in an interview with City News, says the association will persist in its efforts to secure well-deserved breaks for teachers.
If we can discipline ourselves and say we want to end the double track in the next 3 years, therefore, let us not admit Form 1 students into double track, then I can say that within the next 3 years in 2026, we will end the double track for schools to now run normally. But one thing that I can assure everybody is that we will not continue to be working without rest periods. And the time will come where we'll take the rest period for ourselves without resorting to management. We'll take it ourselves. Because statutorily, research, you see, the time that you engage a senior high student in class is based on research. The number of days the student will stay in school is based on research. You see, and in the labor law, teachers are entitled to leave. Now, if you tell me that my leave is my holidays, where is the holidays? You are not even granting me the holidays. Number two, those who have some semblance of a break are marking and assessing students during that break. So I don't know whether they don't think about our lives. And a lot of teachers are dying because of overwork. And the compensation is nothing to write home about.
Angel Carbono is president of the National Association of Graduate Teachers.
Adjoa, let me put you on the spot. When was the last time you used the Kaswa Highway?
It's been long, more than 3 months now.
Okay, you should try revisiting it because those who use it a lot are not happy. The convener of the Fix the Kaswa Highway Roads demonstration, Cephas Mensah, has issued a warning of a potential 2-day protest if the government remains unresponsive to their plea. This follows an earlier demonstration on October 20, 2023, where incensed Kaswa residents protested the poor condition of their roads. In an interview with City News, Cephas Mensah says should the government fail to address their concerns, they will return to the streets.
Yes, of course, we get the government tools or to make tools. What we are looking at is to do a press conference, giving a reminder of what we said last week. So we're trying to we're doing a press conference. God willing, next week, Friday, to several. If the government is still adamant, then we'll get to the street again. Okay, so the intention is to do a 3-day picketing at where the major spots are, which is where the toll booths and Old Barrier. We'll be picketing there for 2 days. Okay, so like I said, still in talks with all conversations, other stakeholders, i.e. the drivers and all of those. So if agreement is for us to move from there to the Ministry of Highways, we'll do so. But in the meantime, we intend to picket the various spots, i.e. the toll booth and Old Barrier.
So, Adjoa, that was the convener of the Fix the Kaswa Highway Roads. His name is Cephas Mensah, and they've been protesting about the poor condition of their roads and the traffic-infested nature of the road.
From traffic, let's move to the butterfly movement, because the independent presidential aspirant Alan Chemating has cautioned the National Democratic Congress against assuming an easy victory in the 2024 general election, simply because the NPP's 8-year term is concluding. The former Trade and Industry Minister highlighted the historical parting of power alternating between the NPP and the NDC since 1992, suggesting why the NDC might feel more confident about winning the upcoming election. Mr. Alan Chemating, however, issued a stern warning to the NDC, asserting that his independent movement aims to make history by breaking the traditional political duopoly. Speaking at an event in Kumasi, he urged that the time is right for Ghana to choose an independent president to change the fortunes of the country.
Now, NDC,
while NDC is waiting for a change in government in upcoming elections, they believe they will win. If it was so, Alan should be the flag bearer for MPP. I have not said it's my turn. Those in grass would mention that because of that, if NDC thinks that they will win, the movement for change is coming. The coming elections will not be like the previous ones. There will be a change. 2024 history will be made in this country, and we will have the first president in Ghana who is elected as a non-partisan president, the first independent candidate to become president.
The first independent candidate to become president of the Republic of Ghana.
Independent presidential aspirant Alan Chemating.
Okay, so from the butterfly, let's come back to the elephant. Now, the Member of Parliament for New Drabing South, Michael Otrebe, passionately appealed to delegates to vote for a candidate who prioritizes the interests of all Ghanaians and can gain acceptance from citizens beyond the New Patriotic Party's affiliations. Now, responding to concerns raised by Kennedy Japan's campaign team regarding the alleged reluctance of the Electoral Commission and the Ghana Police Service to involve representatives of all 4 aspirants in the modalities and verification of the voter register, Michael Otrebefi says their initial concerns have now been addressed.
So far, everything has been put in place to be able to have a very successful elections. We are confident that we're going to have a free and fair elections, and the winner is going to win well, and the loser is also going to lose well.
Team campaign team here, they are raising concerns about the Electoral Commission not meeting leadership of the 4 aspirants ahead of the elections. They want some verification done with regards to the album. Tell us, are you not worried?
We are worried. We also had the same, views, but then we expressed it, and we had to now go to the Electoral Commission to find out from them the reason why they have not invited us for a meeting. And they also had a very legitimate thing to say to us. For us, we satisfied with the reasons they gave. And later on, we managed to have access to the album, and we think that whatever it's in the album is what we have also. So clearly, we are sure there's going to be a very... our fear is that those from the other side, I'm talking about the one that you mentioned, they have their own set rules for these elections, and therefore they believe that the election should meet that rules that they've set, which is bad. We're having elections for the party, not for one team.
Member of Parliament for New Drabbing South, Michael Otrebefi.
And today we're about to embark on an exploration of a matter of great significance that compels our focus, the heart-wrenching floods in Agbozume. Join us as we venture into the heart of the turmoil, uncovering the tales of resilience and addressing the critical queries that envelop this crisis. Together, we'll cast a spotlight on the experiences of Agbozume residents and navigate the hurdles they face in the wake of the inundation. Stay tuned for a report by my colleague Richard De La Sky, who recently visited the flood-stricken areas of the town.
Agbozume is a sprawling town celebrated for its lively goat market and the impressive art of gutta weaving. The Songma Paramount stool, a symbol of traditional authority, resides here. So skilled are the people in gutta weaving that a beloved local football team proudly carries the name Agbozume Weavers. Yet, within this vibrant community, where carpenters, masons, traders, fishermen, and farmers predominate, there's a growing sense of anger, like a storm gathering on the horizon. Fury blazes through the hearts of some of the people as colossal machinery claws through the flat-battered earth of Suklaji and Babanao Copper. This daring endeavor seeks to liberate the community ensnared by the unyielding grip of floodwaters since May.
So I've come to a site where they are trying, as I understand it, to dig makeshift canals in an attempt to connect the various water bodies that have flooded this particular community. And they are using a Tata Hitachi earth-moving equipment. Some coconut trees have been felled as a result, and I can see some of the boys cutting. My name is Togbigan Adama III. the Paramount Chief and the President of Soma Traditional Council. I'm here this morning to monitor how we should excavate or connect dam to dam or water body to water body to make away the flood in the community. That's what we started doing since yesterday, and today we have reached here.
I am Richard Delasky, and I'm here today in Agbozume and its surrounding communities within the Ketu South constituency of the Volta region. My mission here is to lend an ear to the stories and experiences of the residents who have endured devastating losses to the floods that struck in May of this year and continue to persist without mercy. A relentless year of rains has stretched the local streams, the Ketu South Lagoon, and other wetlands to their very limits. The consequence is that areas unacquainted with the specter of flooding now stand submerged.
My name
is Etemi Boji, and I used to work as a trader. Unfortunately, I had to close my small shop due to the devastating floods that ruined everything. Our situation has become incredibly challenging, and we've lost everything. My husband used to weave kente cloth in large quantities for sale. Unfortunately, the floods have destroyed his looms, and now we live on a tight budget from hand to mouth.
The aftermath is brutal. Soaring transportation costs catapult food prices beyond the grasp of most villagers and residents. The local community lies in tatters, shattered by the unyielding flood. Countless livelihoods lay in ruins, jobs obliterated, leaving the villagers and residents with hollow bellies and empty hands. In most cases,
the current situation is far from easy. Recently, I purchased 5 cedis worth of charcoal, but it was so small that it finished quickly. Before the floods, 5 cedis could buy a large bag of charcoal. I mean as big as a bag of sachet water. These days, everything has become more expensive. Sellers explain that the rising transportation costs leave them with no choice but to pass on the additional expenses to us. At this rate, only God can save us, and I hope you know God.
After numerous pleas to the central government, headed by President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, fell on deaf ears, Togbega Adama took it upon himself to lead.
After my going round to the communities, we were thinking of fixing the road. But I saw that when we fix the road, without tackling the water issue, the road will not last. We will still come to square one.
Okay. What's your problem, sir?
My problem is where the water is linking, you people have to go there and direct the water. Here, there's no water there. You people are digging there. Then, if he flooding right now, he are causing damage, something different.
So you're not happy about it?
No. I'm not happy about it.
Fury blazes through the hearts of the people here as colossal machinery claws through the flood-battered earth of Suklaji and Babanao Kope in Agbozume.
This behavior and decision-making are absolutely unacceptable. There is no valid reason to excavate this dry land. The canals should be constructed in the wetlands and the lagoons not here. This is clearly wrong.
Maufamo Folivi is a member of the Ketu South Municipal Assembly. He is also the assembly member for Agbozume North.
Now, Assemblyman, your people are firing you. They say that you did not consult them. You just started digging trenches or canals through their town. And what you're doing will create more problems than you think, and that you will not solve the problem. You create problems instead of solving them.
Okay, thank you. I'm the council chairman for the 10 assembly members. So the assembly member here was consulted to actually do that community engagement. And he actually gave us the feedback that he has done that. We came and we are doing this now before the community members are saying they were not consulted. But beyond that, we are not just digging trenches to just cause trouble, because we have started from Kashito. There is a waterlogged area there. We actually dug the trenches into Akashi River, and you can see that it is flowing to the lagoon. So which means that if we should also drench here and get it into the Akashi River, it will actually go to the lagoon side.
So as floodwaters infiltrate lands once dry, menacing wild beasts, including venomous serpents, roam freely, exacerbating the danger.
There are highly dangerous snakes in the water, making it a perilous journey. Recently, I encountered a particularly dangerous snake while on my way home from town. This makes it almost unthinkable to attempt crossing these waters on foot to avoid the expensive boat fares.
And these reptile-infested floodwaters, which have extended the reach of the local lagoon, and the boats that ferry people across them daily, life jackets are either unknown to this new mode of water transport. The boatman, speaking in the background, echoes the collective disillusionment with local and national political leadership. He and his comrades in this community have opted for a path of disengagement in future elections, an echo of the disenchanted chorus that prevails here. The educational landscape bears the brunt of this tempest. Academic performance across the Volta region has been plummeting in recent years, and the floods in Agbozume set the stage for further devastation in the realm of learning.
I've made a difficult decision to prevent 2 out of my 3 grandchildren from attending school. My fear is that a boat disaster, given the reptile-infested waters, could pose a fatal risk to them. I can't afford to take that chance.
So you heard the announcement there. An announcer basically acknowledging the receipt of contributions from various people who have supported the burial and funeral rites of whoever they are burying in this community.
In Agbozume, reverence for the departed remains sacrosanct. However, the deluge that has bound this community for 5 harrowing months recognizes no sanctity. Local cemeteries lie submerged, defiling resting places and disturbing the peace of the dead.
My name is King George. I work with Citi FM in Akashi. Yeah, so we are here basically because of my brother. He's having an uncle to bury this afternoon. So we came and then we've heard that the local cemetery is actually flat, so they can't bury the person there. So they just created one in the house where they'll be able to do it. It's just some way. I have not seen it before. We've heard of the water in Agbozume and things, but this is my first time seeing it, and it's serious. I've never joined this boat and canoe before, but today I have. And then it's just some way.
In a realm where groundwater from hand-dug wells is the lifeblood, each sip today inches one closer to hospital beds and suffering, while the canal's wisdom aims to free Agbozume from the clutches of inundation. Its shadow bears a perilous risk, a threat to wandering children who stray too close.
So, because of the canal that is being dug, there are farms that will be affected. So, as we speak, the women and the men are busy trying to quickly uproot their tubers so that they are not damaged by the earth-moving equipment that is creating the canal for water to escape from the northern part of the Agbozume community or the Suklaji community and go to the southernmost part of this particular community, which has the lagoon. Chief, are you the owner of this place?
No.
Oh, but this is a big, what do you call it?
Potato.
You just uprooted it?
Yes, please.
Wow, is it ripe for uprooting? Is it mature?
No, it's not. No, it's not time yet. But because of the work, we can't leave it like this to destroy it. So they have to have it by force.
So the owner will suffer a lot of damage, isn't it?
She's already complaining, talking. We are talking to her because we can't leave it like this. I don't know. You talk to her.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Togbi Amu Agade the second.
Hello, mommy. Marakuku la kia phone. Aha. Marakuku doda wama la fia yo obe evaje wa glaji.
Among the incensed residents, Akpene is a vocal figure.
I was on my way to a funeral in the neighboring community when I noticed earth-moving machines arriving here. I hadn't been informed about this operation, and I had no prior knowledge of it. If they had given me a heads up, I could have made appropriate arrangements. Unfortunately, they are now uprooting my potatoes, which I had no intention of harvesting at this moment.
And that report was filed by my colleague Richard Delasky. Now, the Customs Staff Association of the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority has donated 250,000 Ghana cedis to support Citi FM Citi TV's relief campaign aiding victims of affected by the Akosombo Dam spillage. Gift Kofi Chama, the National Secretary of the association, says they are impressed with the efforts of Citi TV, Citi FM in the relief work for those displaced due to the dam spillage. Hence, the association's decision to contribute to the initiative. Citi FM, Citi TV embarked on a 3 relief campaign and began the construction of 2 resettlement structures with further plans for the building of others in progress.
We got a news of the spillage of the dam and how our compatriots have been displaced and rendered homeless. And we would like to also commend the efforts of your outfit, Citi FM and Citi TV, for your initiatives. So we got to know that you have started the construction of resettlement centers to temporarily house the displaced victims. So as a staff association, like my chairman said, we asked our members to voluntarily contribute so we can also be able to offer our widow's mite.
Okay.
And we've been able to gather enough to be able to at least finance a unit of your resettlement center. So that is what we have come here this morning to donate.
No, you say you have gathered enough.
Yes.
So wait to sponsor.
Yes.
One whole ahọ.
Yeah, man.
Yes. Oh, Mawuga Sobol is that I'm Toby was sure for. I'm not to Tinami.
Amen.
Merakuku Giji. Let's hear the intro of the intro.
Let's hear the exact.
Yeah, so we are here with a check of 225,000.
Gibbs Kofi Chama is the National Secretary of the Customs Staff Association.
Exciting moments in the studio earlier when the Customs Association visited us. You're still listening to the Citi Prime News live from a studio in Adabaka in Accra. When we return, a grimmer story. The renal unit of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital is yet to open to patients despite a directive by the Health Minister Kweku Agyeman-Manu for the facility to be opened. Stay with us.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Happy birthday to you. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Throughout all life-changing moments such as graduations, weddings, funerals, birthdays, ATL is there to ensure you're never out of style. When you think fabric, think ATL. Log on to atlfabrics.com. Order and buy your favorite ATL fabric. You can also visit our shop at number 40 Kwame Nkrumah Avenue, opposite the Swansea Shopping Arcade at Accra Central. Also available in leading fabric dealer shops in Accra, Kumasi, and Cape Coast. ATL, bringing fabric to life.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. Now, the renal unit of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital is yet to reopen to patients despite a directive by the Health Minister Kweku Agyeman-Manu for the facility to be opened. The facility has been shut for 6 months, which has left many kidney patients without critical care they need. Now, a visit to the place this morning by Citi News still showed that the place is under lock and key. Let's move on to sports now, because it's match week 11 in the Premier League, and of course Citi FM, the home of the Premier League in Ghana, will bring you live commentary and expert analysis of the weekend's biggest fixtures, including a couple of truly heavyweight encounters. To shed more light on this, I'm joined by Edwin Kwao Kofi from the Citi Sports team. Hi Edwin, what do we have in store for our listeners this weekend in terms of Premier League football?
Hi Caleb, as you said, it's match week 11, which means the teams have almost played a third of their matches, so it's getting to the really crucial stages. This weekend we have, of course, 10 games being played across all match venues. At Citi FM, we are bringing you 6 of the 10 games this weekend. Wow. Yeah, 6 of them.
Exciting.
Across 3 days, Saturday, Sunday, and also Monday. I think that even the ones that we are not bringing to you live, you get updates and the goals when they go in. So you are covered on all bases.
Exciting stuff. Which teams are in action this weekend?
On Saturday, our first game is Fulham versus Manchester United. It's important because United are not having the best of seasons. If they don't win this, that will make it 3 games without a win. They've lost their previous 2 games in all competitions by 3-0 at home. So they would want to recover in this one. In our second game on Saturday, we have Man City taking on Bournemouth. Man City, of course, are the champions. They would want to build off that win over Man United. So it's a very crucial game. That game is at 3 p.m. In our final game on Saturday, we have Newcastle hosting Arsenal. Newcastle and Arsenal are 2 of the best performing teams this season. They've had contrasting weeks. Newcastle with a good victory over United in the League Cup. Arsenal losing 3-1 to West Ham in midweek. So they would want to recover. That's all we have for our listeners on Saturday. Very good games.
And Sunday?
On Sunday, we have 2 games. The first is Nottingham Forest versus Aston Villa. That game is going to be at 2 p.m. 2 teams who are starting to recover form. Aston Villa are unbeaten in their last 6 games. Nottingham Forest are without a win in their last 6 games. So 2 contrasting sides who will come face to face. Villa seem like the favourites, but we'll see what happens.
There is a lot more that should be happening. I am very, very sure. But tell me about the sports panorama this night, because I'm sure you're going to tell us all about that.
Of course,
give us all the review.
Of course, there's no time to discuss it here, but
the listeners can tune into the Premier League preview show on Citi TV at 4 p.m.
Right.
and Sports Panorama from 7 p.m. on Citi FM, where we preview all the weekend's games, so you can catch up on everything you're supposed to expect from us this weekend.
Fantastic one there. Thank you so much, Edwin Kofi. He's my colleague on the Citi Sports team. Thank you so much, Edwin. That's how we bring an end to the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studio at number 11, Dr. Morty Loop in Adabaka here in Accra. My name is Caleb Kuda.
And my name is Ajua Tinkrama Domina.
Up next is the afternoon edition of the Citi Business News. Thank you for listening. Have a fantastic Friday.
City 97.3. Accra. City 97.3. More variety.
The city is alive on 97.3.